What's up, dudes and dudettes? This is Jay Leno, and I'm here with you with issue 13 of the TMNT Saturday Morning Adventures. Check this out. I'm really excited for this one, especially with the crossover cover A. Let's get it. Alright, guys. So, this issue starts off with Mr. Og and TMNT in some sort of a Coliseum type of game where the Turtles are up 1-0 against Mr. Og. And so, in response to that, Mr. Og has thrown an ultimate threat to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. By whom else and how else will he find a way to even the match against them? It's by pinning up the Turtles against all of its counterparts in different dimensions. So you know what that means? That means that we're about to see the Mirage Black and White Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus the 2003 cartoon series Ninja Turtles. Also, they're going to be going up against the 2012 Ninja Turtles, and they're also going to be throwing in the Rise Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which this cover automatically grabbed my money off of the jumps. They had an article that was released a couple of months ago upon post issue 150 of the IDW series. So I was marking my calendar for the date for this issue to be released. Me just saying the least of this. But I will also like to mention in this particular issue that it's not the actual full five of each dimension. Each individual turtle is from each different dimension. So Leonardo will be the black and white Mirage, and Donatello will be the 2003, and it will be Michelangelo in the 2012, and Raphael will be the Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And so immediately when Mr. Og throws these other dimensional turtles at the core Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, we might as well call them the Turtles from the 80s, just for this to make sense so I don't confuse anybody who's unfamiliar about what's going on right now who's never seen a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cartoon in their life. Alright, so now we're back to speed. So, to Mr. Og explains within this issue that if the Turtles choose to not participate in battling, that it will be an automatic forfeit against each other. So the other turtles from the other dimensions are willing to fight themselves, if that makes sense. And Leonardo from the 80s group, which is our main heroes of this storyline, initially didn't want to fight. He says, I refuse to fight myself. And that's when Mr. Og said, oh, this counts as a loss if you don't participate. So as these panels and these pages get to turning, each individual turtle is lined up against a different counterpart of a different dimension of turtles. And in particular, one of the coolest moments that I got from this was seeing the 2012 Mikey and the 1980s Mikey, because there's there's pretty much that's more so of a huge change in between the turtles, because all the other additional turtles, Michelangelo is kind of the same, but in this particular 2012, to me, this Mikey's goofiness is a bit different, and plus he doesn't use the phrase cowabunga. He's Mr. Booyakasha, and that catchphrase is bomb as hell. I couldn't necessarily accept it because I grew up on cowabunga, but Booyakasha was enough, and that Mikey was cool as hell. So as this comic goes further and progresses, comes to find out it's not the Turtles at all. It's a particular villain that's in charge of people's dreams, and that's this weird man, Eddie. Alright? he pops up out of nowhere to let everybody know I've been in control of you guys' dreams. But the crazy thing about it is once he's revealed and the other dimensional turtles disappear, and he's basically, it's like a Hanna-Barbera moment in Scooby-Doo. The mask is off and you find out who's behind all this. This man Eddie ends up betraying Mr. Og himself, which leaves him completely pissed. So as of right now, the series is not making Mr. Og feel confident. So going on to the end of this issue, they're leading us to believe by showing the next cover that he's actually going to be bringing in all of the villains for issue 14 to go up against the Turtles. And I don't know if those are all the villains from the other shows, or if these are all the villains that were from the 1980s cartoon. Either way, that's like a smorgasbord, aka an army full of people for them to defeat. And I don't know how they're going to find a way to do that. I don't know if they're going to call upon some allies to help them. We might see an appearance of Usagi Yojimbo. I don't necessarily know what they can do in these, I guess you would call these Og games. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm kind of ashamed to say this. This is my first Saturday morning. This is my first Saturday morning adventures comic that I read, just because of the cover, and it's nostalgic. I particularly enjoyed it for its moment. It's not necessarily my cup of tea. I like a more adult version of the Turtles, but for the simple sake of enjoying and going back in time and enjoying the Ninja Turtles from back in the day that I watched when I was like freaking 4 or 5 years old, this is enough. This checks all boxes for me, and it's an easy read. Let me know what you guys think. Matter of fact, in the comment boxes, if you wouldn't mind letting me know what's your favorite version of the Turtles and who's your favorite Ninja Turtle. Oh yeah, one thing that stuck out to me the most, I came at you guys with the pros. The main con that I had in the situation is there was no room for Jenica. I don't understand why she was included in this issue, because Jenica's not a part of the core Saturday Morning Adventures Ninja Turtles. But I guess I just wanted to, play some respects to Sophie Campbell and its IDW. So there you have it. She was just thrown in there for no reason. Didn't really have much to say, but all in all, I enjoyed 13 and I can't wait for 14. Let me know what you guys think. Peace.